Corner.
Oh no, shit. I'm sorry, I unmuted us. Just unmuting us.
Corner. Go away.
Okay, I'm gonna mute. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
Oh my god, everything is going wrong with audio today.
What did you
I just
do?
realized that the music also stopped, so I don't know.
Seriously?
Yeah.
When did you do? Oy. You know the dumbest thing is, because we've got the screen mirrored, I should have noticed that, but I didn't because I was so tilted because you didn't mute the microphone.
So some of you may have heard us talk about cone now.
Yeah.
We were just saying that.
Because I was literally just in the middle of talking about the fact that I've only ever seen, because I'm not playing through Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
Currently.
No.
Socket is.
Yeah.
And so I'm hearing it, a lot of it, but I don't really tend to see his name written down. So it always surprises me when it's got the extra A in it.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to hearing Kona.
Yeah.
And then I see it written down and I'm like, Kona.
Yeah.
No, it's just Kona.
Yeah,
Stop
just
it.
Kona. But so
I'm just sitting there going, Kona. And she's like, oh, I forgot to mute us.
This is going well.
So
as you, nothing sounds better than us playing a game about deduction. Having to use our brain.
Yeah, I'm smart.
Yeah.
I can do smart things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
LP Gamer, original and best.
Original and best. Okay, for some reason also my microphone just...
Yeah.
Corner,
my beloved.
Yes. Today we'll be playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are in the middle of a case.
We are.
Originally I was playing this game, and then I shared some with Pocket over there, and she also got really into it. And I was like, well, we'll just play it on stream so we can play it together anyway.
Yeah. Because then you were like, I'll wait, and I was like, you don't have to wait with the case for me. You can just like fill me in later. And she was like, no.
Let me know if the sound is too loud, as always, because like I don't know if it's too loud or too quiet. We are in the middle of the second case. The TLDR is that our best friend got murdered.
We're on a boat.
We're on a ship. Yeah, we were a stowaway. Our BFF was like, you must come along with us.
Yeah.
And we were like sleeping in the closet, and he got murdered while we were asleep. So everybody thinks it's us who did it, and we're trying to clear a name. Yeah. And I'm trying to remember where the heck I was.
The ballerina bit.
Yeah, so our neighboring cabin, turns out that like a ballerina who escaped from Russia is like hanging out here.
Yeah.
She seems to have stolen the tiara from her troupe,
but she says away from the Shanghai Ballet.
Yeah.
I mean the Russian ballet in Shanghai.
Yeah,
right?
she did. Yeah. And also trying to remember.
Do you know what? We can just.
I'm also trying to get used to this controller again.
Yeah.
It's I don't know why it's such a mindfuck. Technically the buttons are in the same place.
Approximately the same place, but that's
they're
the
wrong.
issue. Yeah, because you're so used to playing on your
on my
what are they called? Not just the Switch controllers, because they're the big fat Joy-Cons.
Yes.
The non-fancy,
the
non-smart ones. What are they actually called?
My Hori Split pad.
Yeah, the Hori Split pad.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. They're so comfy, but I keep forgetting that Joy-Cons exist. So.
Oh my god!
Do you want to talk about how many times I threw the whole thing? Like I took it apart and threw the whole thing in my backpack.
Oh yeah.
Whenever we were going anywhere, and then recently I was just like, oh, I could have just put my Joy-Cons in.
Yeah.
And then it actually would have fit in my case properly. Yeah. And you were like, oh yeah, I thought you were doing that on purpose. I was like, no, I'm just stupid. Just why do you assume?
Yeah. So this is the ballerina. She has a pet. And we don't know what it is. And
I really want it to be a cat in the back,
me too. I think it's a snake because our friend wrote something about a speckled
band.
Speckled band
Which,
coming out.
Given that there's the whole Herlock Sholmes thing going on, and the speckled band is one of his cases, a really rubbish one. But what can you do?
Yeah.
And
anyway. So this is a friend. He got murdered. It's very sad. We're on our way to London. I don't know what I was expecting. Like, let's just take my friend with us to go to London, and they will not care that he has no documentation.
Yeah, no, we're really good about it. Always.
I mean, to be honest, you need no documentation anyway.
Yeah, there's documentation and then there's documentation there. Did you remember that one time we were in Japan? Coming back from Japan.
Oh my god!
And there was that girl who got on the plane and she didn't have a passport and she didn't understand why she couldn't get into the
She had a passport, it was 5 years out of date!
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah!
And she didn't understand why they wouldn't let her into the Netherlands either.
No! But the fact she managed to get on from the Japanese side, it's like, how?
Yeah, it was impressive. But she just didn't understand why she couldn't just come into the country.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Yeah, now I'd forgotten that it wasn't that she didn't have one.
No,
it was 5 years out of date, yeah. This, to be fair, was what, not 2012.
2016? No.
2014?
No. No.
It wasn't 2016.
Oh, it was 2012. It was 2012. Oh, yeah. I hate to break it to you.
It was before 2012 is what I meant. You said 2016. I was like, wasn't 2016.
No. Anyway. Yes.
I thought it was earlier than 2012.
Yeah. Yes.
Because 2012 was when I set
Call it
up
2010.
Sock Muffin.
Yeah.
And that was... Anyway.
A long time ago.
It was a long time ago and my brain is older than that. Anyway, sorry.
So this douchebag, Sherlock Holmes, which is, everybody knows the hilarious stories about the fact that he wasn't out of copyright yet in the States, so Sherlock Holmes became Sherlock Holmes, and it's so much better as a result.
Yeah.
Because this man is a dipshit.
Yeah.
Like, Sherlock Holmes is an insufferable bastard anyway.
Yes.
No matter what people might think.
Well, I mean, he definitely became even more of an insufferable bastard after the writer wanted to stop writing about him. Yeah. He was like, cool, you want me to keep writing about this guy? I will just do inexcusable character assassination.
Okay, so sorry. Speaking about the case for a second, what really annoys me is like we're checking everything out, but for some reason we decide that this weird looking bag is not suspicious. We don't need to investigate this. It's like, no.
Given the time period, that also actually just looks like regular luggage.
But why wouldn't we want to know?
Because it's rude to pour through a lady's things.
Yeah. But I literally have no memory of what I was doing.
Well, we just got kicked out of the ladies' cabin, and
but
we were
still
trying
here.
to find. Except we've just got back in. I don't know. But they did. The big burly sailor did just kick us out.
Okay.
You fell asleep last time you were playing this.
Yes,
I remember that. I had to keep poking you, and you were like, "I'm awake. Shut up."
Yeah.
And then I'd look over again later, and your eyes were closed, and you were doing the breathing, the sleep breathing.
Pow. Okay. I call me out to everybody like this. Oh, what is he doing? Okay. Well, you can do his voice on the count if you're English. Oh, you can also do her voice actually.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just doing all the voice. Okay.
I roped her into this. Like, we can both do the voices. And I'm like, oh no, this requires reading. I forgot how to read. I've been doing like Dawn Trill reading
You
to
have
you.
been doing actually quite a lot of Dawn
Trill.
Fine. Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes. Look.
She's Japanese, but you know, this works.
What are you expecting me to do?
Just perfect English pronunciation. Love it.
What am I supposed... Like, what am I supposed to do? An offensively comedy Japanese accent?
No,
I have an English accent.
Anyway.
I'm not going to do something offensive just because this character is Japanese.
I was going to say do American, but no, this is fine. Oh, God.
What's wrong with you?
Everything. We know this. Please continue. Oh wait, this is... Do you want Aldo, the main character? Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Oh, he is insufferable, isn't he?
Isn't he?
We don't stand people who sing. Oh, you can do that one. Oh, you can do... Do you want me to do
I
this?
just want you to know that I hate you very much right now. Tra-la-la, lira-lira-lay, I did it the great detective way.
He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Oh, he's simply in extremely high spirits. He's still singing.
He's still singing.
Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. I don't know why it's got a bit upbeat now.
Oh, yeah.
And through it all, when there was doubt, you tapped out.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I forgot to back you up. I'm sorry.
I can... You're...
I'm sorry.
I can't see it if you put your face in front of it.
I'm sorry.
It's Lucky Horlock was about.
Excuse me.
Solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way.
Mr. Schultz!
Ah! What is it? Do you want to fight? Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climactic finish. No, you were not.
Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time as any.
I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks.
Alright, I get the picture. Now, could you put those fists away?
Jeez. Should have picked a tune and stuck with it, but... Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes. That! Having a conversation with myself. Stimulating. I was immersed in the study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily-built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh, yes, the ship's log. And did you find... it's not me, that's you.
Oh, that's fine. It's like, and did you find out anything useful from it?
Somebody gripped his balls. Well, after 2 a.m. this morning. It's not 2 a.m. is in the morning. You don't have to say 2 a.m. this morning.
Oh, there we go. She's going to
pet peeve. 2 a.m. is always in the morning. Anyway, the majority of the entries are blank.
Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so...
You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it.
Can we please punch him? Yes.
Please do. Yeah.
Sorry?
Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
No, well...
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour.
Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report? Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet...
Oh, wait.
That's you.
Oh, wait. The ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Oh, that is sus, actually.
Do you mean... Yes. There were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file.
Oh, is that our mind palace?
Yes.
The ship's log has been entered into the court record. Ship's log, a record kept by the crew assigned to the first-class cabin area. Jesus Christ, I've been doing that much more talking.
I'm in my first-class cabin area.
There are virtually no entries from 2 a.m. until early this morning. There you go. Now, that deduction was worthy of a great detective.
Yeah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes brilliance. Ah! Oh, ouch.
What is it? Are you hurt?
Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more.
Okay, so we all woke up. I mean, the main character also woke up with a throbbing head.
With a throbbing headache, huh?
Yeah. So it's
like that seems like a gas leak or something.
Yeah. It's kind of sus.
Well, my friends, until our next encounter.
I'm gonna backflip out of here. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway.
You must be imagining things.
Something wrong, says Sato-san. You seem lost in thought.
It's just... Well, I feel the same.
Okay, yeah, no, that definitely sounds like a gas leak of some sort.
Yeah, something's up.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too? Are we not gonna talk more about this?
Guess not.
Okay.
Sus.
Okay, well, we've examined all this before. Wait, oh yeah, this is how we do this. There's some cheese in the trap here, and I don't know what the relevance is, but I feel like at some point it might come up.
We have mice.
Yeah, well, it's a ship, right? Like, I don't know. I'm also gonna save for a second.
It seems like a really weird thing to leave right in the middle of the corridor, though, cheese in a trap.
Yeah, it's so weird. Also, like, this is the first class cabin, and like, this is our cabin, and we just step outside. You just step straight into the trap. I don't know, man. Doesn't seem it's sussy. So were they like sus of their pet? Were they trying to capture the pet or something?
Or alternatively, they're trying to catch rodents to feed the pet.
Oh, that would make so much more sense.
Oh, did that not occur to you? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, that hadn't occurred to me.
Because, like, I think that the cabin guy, the crew member, is in on it.
Yeah, I
Whatever
think so.
she's got in her bag, I think.
Because, like, okay, I mean, if it's not, 1 second, court record, and there was also
if
people.
She has got a snake in her bag.
Yeah, because he has this weird, like, dark, strangulation spiral on his face. Like, I call it strangulation because I was thinking if it's a constrictor snake, that it might be something like this.
A boa constrictor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And he's, like, very taken by her from what I can tell. Like, anyway.
How did your friend die?
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't think we know. Let me actually double check if we have got the examination now. Oh, post-mortem report. Giving the cause of death as a cervical spine injury.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like...
that. I want to say that's strangulation.
Yeah, there were no traces of external injury or poison. Oh, and we also found this weird, like, a piece of small glass and what looks like a scuff mark made by Kazuma's shoes were found by the victim's body. Like, so basically he left, like, he clearly kind of, I guess, wiggled about, for lack of better word. He squirmed, potentially. If his shoes basically scraped the wooden floor, you would have thought, like, it wasn't like an instant death or something like that. I don't know what that glass bell is or where it's from.
Yeah,
it's
that's
very
weird.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, can we leave? Oh, no. Oh yeah, that basically leads to the second class area. I'm sorry, I'm gonna skip through this because we have read this before. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, what is it? Like, I keep forgetting what the options?
Yeah, cervical spine injury is a neck injury, basically.
Okay, so
the cervical spine, contrary to other indications, is right up. It's basically on neck part.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the wrong buttons, and I'm really sorry that we're going to have to go through the entire text. I'm trying to kind of remember how I talked to bring up the other menu. I feel like a real dumbass, but I don't remember how to bring up the examine menu.
It doesn't say at the bottom. It says.
Look around.
Look around.
History, court record, options, and back.
Huh.
Wait, back. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Because maybe we need to go back to our own cabin for a second.
Because we couldn't get into Miss Pavlova's cabin again. Okay, the guy is in our cabin. Why is he in our cabin?
He's here.
Oh, he's here to
yeah.
Current crime scene.
I don't
of course,
think. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, are we still in handcuffs today?
Yeah, I think our handcuffs are back. Okay. Like,
because I know Sholmes took them off, and
yeah.
then he put them back on again.
Yeah. I also like the fact that we just, I don't know, like, there's the chicken bone from last. This is apparently a chicken bone.
Is that a chicken bone? Really?
Yeah, it's allegedly a chicken bone.
Why is it wearing a sock?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay.
So where we find out that, I don't know, it was an accident and they were just drawn in by the food or something, I don't know.
Well, probably. Honestly.
Anyway, oh my god.
I mean, I think it probably was an accident, if it was. I don't know. Which is
okay, so
worse.
We can't present anything right now, so that's annoying.
We can't present any evidence. Can we examine the corridor?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go
Did we
back
already
to
do
the
that?
passageway for a second, see if we missed anything. Oh wait, he told us to... we have the log.
Yeah, we have the log.
Like, there's nothing else here, is there? No, there's nothing.
Can we try Miss Pavlova's cabin again? Because
Oh yeah, we could do that.
maybe
We
the
could
guard's
move back.
gone.
Yeah. Move. Okay. No, I wanna move. So here we go. I struggle with the most basic of controls.
That's fair.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Ding, a ding,
what
ding,
was
ling,
that?
ling, ling.
Indeed.
Ah, what's that?
Ooh. Okay, it's the alarm. The alarm is going off.
Alarm.
Let's air raid see. Oh! Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted. A quarter-mile 4. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands. Brace for impact. Okay, this is kind of terrifying. What the...
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
How the ever-living shit. What? Oh no!
I can't stand.
Oh, hold on to me. It auto-played.
Yeah.
I was like, I can say this.
Ruh-roh.
Susato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
Naruhodo, yeah. Naruhodo, that's it. I was like,
I don't know.
No! It looks like we avoided a collision. Are you sure about that?
I think.
Yes. The ship has come to a stop. Well,
Oh my goodness! What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
no. I'm fine. Knocking. Hello? Is anybody in here? Shout if you need assistance. It's probably Sholmes, isn't it? Oh.
Or maybe.
That sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga.
Oh, good lord.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly!
Oh yeah, you can bolt. You can voice him, alright. What? The bolts?
I just figured that since
Wait.
you were doing a couple and I
How
was
did that
doing...
go? Look at
Look
that!
at that!
Yeah! The door's bolted! Did you do that? Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Okay, this is super
So
sussy.
presumably what happens
Yeah.
is in steep weather or whatever, the door bolts really easily.
Yeah, because
Maybe? Because I can't imagine unless there's somebody else in there.
yeah. Well, that's strange. How did? Because that's another thing. Like the door was bolted from the inside. So
Yeah, so I wonder if when it tips, because it was really stormy that night, wasn't it? Or
I don't remember.
something happened. I thought it was because it was
Yeah.
really stormy, but maybe not.
I don't remember.
But all the books and everything are over to that
Oh,
side
yeah,
as
look.
well.
Yeah,
and look at all the books.
Yeah, so that implies
Everything's tipped that way.
Yeah, if it just
So if it just bolts itself,
yeah, wow, that's a shit construction.
it's not great, is it?
It can also mean that you can get locked out of your room.
Yeah.
They're just like they were before again. Yeah.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
No. Oh, I'd better tie this place up first. But we're messing with evidence!
Yeah.
Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. To be continued.
Da-na-na-na.
I don't know why they did the to be continued thing. I guess it's kind of to
It's like
cut up the chapters, but
Yeah.
also I'm like, yes. It's not like I can't save in between. Thank God. I actually haven't played any Ace Attorney games since the DS ones.
Yeah,
The
I was
DS
gonna say, I
releases.
still remember playing the DS one after I'd come back from meeting you in London.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like I actually imported these hacking games because they were just not available in Europe. Like all my games are imported.
Yeah.
Somehow, the door to the cabin we never... Oh,
We're
sorry.
in.
Well, we are in, yeah, thank you. Ended up bolted after you made an emergency stop. Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Hello, all of you. Do you want to do Russian accent? You are good at Russian accent.
I'm good at it when I'm not under pressure, but we'll see.
You! What you are doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters?
It's not. That's not. Well, whatever. Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Blubbery pie.
Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship.
Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though.
Oh, how did that happen?
There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead.
This guy is the head of the police.
Yeah.
In Japan.
Yeah.
He's in disguise.
He's in disguise, and he's been beaten up by the captain.
Yeah, because he let us do our things. He let us free roam, even though we were a suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop.
Aha.
Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I put too much pressure on you.
I'm trying my best. Yeah,
this
first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment.
Oh god.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggered the alarm. Does that mean that someone pressed the button outside? We wanted to press that button so hard.
Yes. Ah! You wicked intruder! Can't do it. Blubbery pie, blubbery pie.
Dressed all in black! You are the devil!
Sorry? Me? I've been called a lot of things before, but the devil is a first.
You opened my traveling case! How could you?
We didn't do that. Oh, no, we didn't touch it!
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin.
Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man! I know he did it! He is a criminal! It is not enough that he has killed a man!
Okay, girl.
Da! And he is stowaway as well! If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe?
Ugh.
Take him away! He is a trespasser as well as everything else!
Okay, so I feel like she's now just doing us in, and I don't like her.
No, right? I was on her side.
Yeah!
Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right, you are devil!
Yeah, okay, because she's doing none illegal. It doesn't look good, does it?
There is cell below deck. Throw him in!
How the fuck does just a regular ass, like, ship have a cell?
A lot of ships actually do.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Or at the very
about
least
this.
they have I mean, a lot of certainly cruise liners and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, I mean, I've seen enough Columbo to know that they usually have somewhere they can put someone. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I know nothing.
Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police!
Wait, a cell?
Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. The first case, by the way, he was also trying to, like, get framed for murder. So, you know. Immediately? What is he doing? What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck? What are you doing up there? It's like he's wearing the tiara.
He's wearing the tiara that she took with her when she left the ballet.
Mr. Shops?
Naturally. I was analysing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head.
Oh, he's so... This is what happens when you take Watson away.
Have I not told you that as a detective it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no.
Well, why were you hanging from the hook before then?
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles. Naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce.
I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector, I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently.
Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time.
What is the report? Speak!
An urgent report. I didn't realise this was going to be me doing all the
I'm
stupid
sorry,
voices.
okay? I thought, you know...
An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. They're going to start blending into each other eventually. You understand that, right?
Yeah, well, you can do Final Fantasy 14, you can do this.
Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved by me, naturally.
Oh god, he's gonna have, like, once again, a completely incorrect deduction, isn't he?
Naturally.
What?
Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist.
Fleshed out.
So allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
I should have got myself more tea before I started this.
You can take a short break.
That's fine. I'm fine. Somehow I'll live.
Huh? You have solved it? Even Hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing Student Boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it.
I didn't do it!
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside.
Yeah, well,
That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Da! Locked room! That is point!
nice music, actually. Not like you can hear it, but...
The room was locked.
Well, I can't deny that.
Well, we did just learn that that's a thing that...
There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from the outside... from outside the cabin.
What?
Yeah.
You are all quite mistaken.
The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
What?
Yeah, sorry, it's like...
Oh, yes. There is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door.
Well, is he done with the tiara, by the way? He stopped wearing it.
Oh dear. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Well, he is the master of sleight of hand, after all.
Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man.
The ventilator?
You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole.
That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible.
Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Thing is, I mean, it's called the speckled band.
Yeah.
Like, clearly anybody who knows Sherlock Holmes is going to assume it's the snake.
They even implied, like, the snake presence at the beginning of this case because they took a part of the original story and did some illustrations with it. So there definitely it has to be a red herring.
It's got to be a red herring. Also because was nobody talking about the fact that no, it's not a locked room because the bolts shoot across.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like,
but you know,
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
precisely, my dear madam. what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
What? Oh. Are you going to punch the snake? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold!
Yeah, what the?
What the?
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
is indeed a constrictor. Yeah. It's just minding its own business.
Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The speckled band. It's more striped than it is speckled, but okay.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, nah. Nah.
Yeah.
Snake!
Indubitably.
Why does it like his face so much? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing.
Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yeah.
Why does his tie look like it's got a fish?
Oh my god, it does!
Why does it look like a fish? It's
a
really,
good
that's
point.
weird, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just maybe it's supposed to look like that. Maybe it's
Yeah,
character
maybe
design,
it's like, yeah.
yeah.
Duh.
I don't know what he said, but okay.
Oh,
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you?
yeah.
You both see and observe, with distinction, however. Do you not think that is precisely the trap in which the culprit wishes you to fall?
No. What? Just love the fact he's just chilling there.
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explained the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin.
It's also possible, like, yeah, he just
Maybe the
dropped
snake
by.
did in fact drop by.
Yeah.
And ate some chicken.
Yeah,
And then fucked off again.
Yeah.
And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No.
She's turned as white as a ball of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. I think she's just worried, if I'm
Yeah.
honest.
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi?
It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head.
Yeah, I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. Well, I mean, he didn't die by bits, did he?
No.
He died by breakies.
Yeah.
So, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Uh-huh. I do love the graphic design on this so
Yeah.
much.
The great deduction. The game is afoot.
Topic 1.
Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me.
See, this is why you do the voices.
Yeah, yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain.
And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band.
Aye.
Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way.
Yeah, but there's another one. No.
What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
I just want to know what the whistling noise was.
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does! You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing, to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Sloughed? Sloughed. Sloughed skin. Oh my god. Sloughed. I've seen maps too many times and looked at slough. It's sloughed skin,
Sloughed skin.
you know. Evidently, after the subtle... Oh, it's all going to hell. Subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No?
They don't just change patterns.
No, right? I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake, whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin.
Right.
A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Conclusion.
The amount...
A beloved speckled snake.
The amount of fucking bullshit.
Topic 2. How Mr. Asogi died.
Strangulation.
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why?
Also, yeah, above him were like... basically, he wrote... there's Russian that he allegedly wrote, and that no fucking way did he write Russian just before he died. Like, we're not even sure he knew Russian. So, like...
That would be quite an unusual thing to write as well, like...
Yeah, he would have also... Probably, like, if he's dying, it would have been Japanese.
I would have thought so, yeah.
So, yeah, no.
Novel.
It's like, oh, sus.
Sus. According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Ah. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Wait, what?
What? Sir,
Coroner's report says no.
No. We can gonna prove that later, I guess.
Yeah. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes. An examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively.
Okay, cool.
The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth.
Well...
Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend.
Don't be mean about the snake.
This makes no sense. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you?
Maybe the captain did it on account, he was angry about, getting us released.
Yeah. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose.
What?
That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically.
It's very normal.
I do that all the time. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't! It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
Sir, please.
To train? Indeed. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle.
As we all know, that's how serpents work.
Yeah, naturally.
No vibrations or anything.
You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true!
So are you doing all the reading?
Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature only needed to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever.
I like how we just have to sit here listening to him just go on and on and on about
On
this
and
while we're
on
like,
and on and
hey,
on.
so
Yeah.
the coroner report says...
Yeah.
Oh,
How about that? That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life.
he just fabricates so much shit.
Yes, he does. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible.
Yeah.
Conclusion. Death by a venomous snake's bite.
Right.
Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes's great deduction of the speckled band.
You did say it was a bad novel.
It wasn't my favourite. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor you'll observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature.
Yeah, we know that snakes love milk.
This snakes adore milk.
Incredible! You've solved the mystery! Nope.
Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course. What's on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
I'm sure you will.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
I don't know. There is so many things in this book that she has. It's like...
Well, I mean...
Yeah. Yeah.
You are well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see? So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding.
Uh-huh.
Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling. But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Shums.
There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. Then it should try harder! Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right.
So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again.
What? Woohoo! You've done it again!
Your handcuffs are gone! Where did they go? They're not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done.
Yeah, we have to take our handcuffs off for
Yeah.
maximum deduction skills.
Yeah.
I really wish it leaves them off.
Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Why? Course correction.
Hold it, Mr. Sholmes.
Intruder's identity. Right.
Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following.
It's okay if you don't want to read it all out, like.
His death has nothing to do with me. His whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart snarls with pain, smarts with pain.
She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
Yeah, she's looking at her hands, which is like,
Yeah. I mean, it's possible she just strangled him to death. I don't know.
We need to look at her face, I think.
Mm.
Right here. Okay, we're gonna look at her right ear. Don't know why.
She has such petite ears among that beautiful hair, like little pink shells.
Oh, what's that? There's something attached to her ear.
Ah, I expect that's what's called an earring. It's a little piece of jewellery.
An earring? Is it? It's really tiny.
Perhaps part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off.
Does it look particularly small?
No.
Not really.
No, it's like a hoop rather than, but I guess we're expecting a dangly?
Yeah, maybe. So now all that's left is the clasp part that attaches to the ear. Maybe.
Are we implying that...
Are we implying that
the bell...
stud earrings don't work? And maybe it is a bell. The little glass bell part.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. If that's the case, she doesn't appear to have noticed that it's broken. Oh, I need to check the other side.
It doesn't look that small.
Oh no! Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, so... Oh. Here's the other... Okay, so the whole fucking moon?
She has such petite ears among her beautiful hair like little pink shells. That's very strange.
Oh, what's that? There's something dangling down from her ear.
Ah, that's an earring. The crescent moon part looks as though it's made from wood. It's charming, isn't it?
Women do seem to love adornments like that. In their hair, around their necks, on their fingers, and even hanging from their ears, it seems.
Well, jewelry is beautiful, Naruhodo-san.
Yeah, so...
Oh, the scratches on the back of her hand.
oh.
She does have a cat!
Yeah.
I always wanted it to be a cat in the suitcase. Oh, Naruhodo-san, look! That looks like a very painful wound.
It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. And fairly recently, too.
Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
Oh, what if it got eaten by the snake?
The snake! Oh no.
Yeah.
That's really upsetting.
Because I was thinking it might have been like the Russian guy's pet on
Pet
account that
snake,
he has
and
like the marks
maybe
on
it
his
got
face.
into her case and the struggling.
Oh no! That's why it was
would be-
empty.
that would be
Oh
that-
no!
Well, maybe it's just run away. Maybe it's just run away.
Yeah.
That's possible.
So there's a claw scratch. What's this?
That's the newspaper that was in her pocket
Oh,
before,
that's the
wasn't
newspaper,
it?
yeah.
That we used in the
Yeah.
previous case.
Yeah. Are we missing anything? Oh.
I didn't see anything else on her.
Aching. I guess I should check out
I
the
guess you
aching
should check
heart.
her aching. It's more of an aching bosom, that.
She really does seem troubled. Or look troubled, whatever
Yes.
it was.
It's hard to believe she's putting that expression on to fool us.
Yeah, she's worried about her pet, I
Yeah,
think.
she's-
Like,
Definitely worried about her pet cat.
if you look closely, it almost looks like she's actually staring at something.
Hey, Okanado!
And what?
At what do you think?
Perhaps something physically causing her pain. We should have a closer look. Yeah, we already determined that.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think.
Yeah, we've checked both of her ears with the earrings.
We've checked the scratch.
Oh, a little glass bell could have been off a cat.
Oh, wait,
collar,
that's
maybe.
a photo there.
Oh, a photo
that's
of
a
her
cat.
with a cat. Oh ho.
Uh-huh.
Oh ho. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
She's lost her cat. Excuse me. Thank you.
Do we want to like?
No, I don't want to investigate that.
Yeah, she's lost her cat. Oh,
That's so sad. I hope it's okay.
Oh, I really do hope so.
Oh no. But yeah, that little glass bell we found could have been part of its collar, maybe even.
Oh shit, you're right.
Because it's clearly not part of her earring.
But yeah, can we go? Can we?
Present?
Yeah, there's currently no present.
Yeah, there was when you hovered over the cat scratch.
Was there?
Yeah, see?
Oh, I was gonna say like there's no present thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is the thing where you present the bit that like.
Yes, when you recall those horrid events, the cat scratch smarts with pain.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't need
Claw
to say
scratch.
it.
Well, you.
Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova.
Oh, that's a whole line.
Oh no, Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night?
Ah! Rude. When I think about that young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is... Let me just take a drink and I'll be right back with you.
It is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not?
Yeah, no.
Ah, as I suspected. Another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us.
Yeah, it seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is it? What is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers?
We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer.
Yeah, we've already found that.
Yeah. Doodly doodly doo. She's looking at the
Oops.
photo. Yes! Oh, hello, Scribbly Bear!
Hello!
Yeah, it's fun so far.
You were looking over at this framed photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlova? But let's not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no. Is the frame... pardon?
What?
Oh, should I have inspected it first?
Oh.
I know! Is
What? I didn't even think it had a thingy on it that you could inspect.
I mean, I was like, yeah, I'll just... It's the frame that
Maybe.
is your friend, isn't it? Because it so beautifully displays what you put inside it.
That deduction was wanting in every way.
That's too soon.
Oops. Yeah.
Yes. I was
Sorry.
wanting you to hear it. I'm proud of it. Oh my god.
I find myself wanting never to have heard it. I'm quite pained by it, in fact.
No, I didn't even make the wrong one. I just accidentally... Oh, sorry. I'll try again. I this one... Because, of course, I already saw what was in it. I need to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
So, Miss Pavlova's for... Yeah, physical... Yeah. And
That
that
same friend is probably responsible for the scratch on the back of her hand. We also know that whatever it is, this friend must be small enough to pass through the ventilator.
Yeah. That really ought to narrow it down. Yeah, let me scout around again in the direction she looked. Look, we'll just...
We should have scouted. Oops.
Look! Ah! Look at the photograph in this frame. That must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. Pop, the cat is okay. Yeah, look, it has the bell.
Yeah, it has the bell.
Oh no!
Oh,
What
no.
happens to the cat?
She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
We're talking about the cat. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Yeah, so we still need to do some
Little kitten. Oh.
Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here.
Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit.
A black kitten. And from the look of this picture, at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. Okay, can we not talk about the...
That's interesting.
Well, we can present the cat, so I'll just present the cat.
Yes!
Rather than the frame, because...
That's too funny. Sometimes it's more funny to get stuff stupid wrong, right?
Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us.
Yes! The scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no!
The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you have brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you?
Ah! Darka is my best friend.
Very original name.
No,
10
right?
out of 10.
I could not leave her behind. Darka would appear to be Russian blue. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Did it have a scarf around its neck? The speckled scarf.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
like,
Cat
well,
could
he
easily
mistook
have
for
come
like
through, and he was just like, it's a spotted ring of black cat.
I wonder because if it was dark, he couldn't
Yeah.
possibly see it properly, and that's just
No. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
She even hides it
Yeah,
here.
exactly. No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes,
That which you are trying, but failing, to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
Why didn't you just leave it in your
leave
pocket?
it in your pocket.
Like,
We
come
couldn't
on.
see it in there.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have known. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Sholmes' speciality. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
What? I thought deduction was his speciality. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too.
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Hello. Oh, okay. What?
Is there a collar inside there? I think there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, there is.
Is that a collar?
I think it's like it looks like a little leather something.
Yeah. Well, it is speckled and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle.
Oh,
at
it's a
one
cat
end.
toy.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah, not a collar, a cat toy. Maybe she was trying to lure it back into the cabin.
Oh, I betcha.
That's what the whistle was.
I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently.
Yeah, I betcha. It managed to sneak out and she was trying to get it back. And then they were both murdered?
Could you stop trying to get the cat killed, please?
How is that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it.
Uh-huh. Aha! That sounds positively adorable! Yeah, so that's definitely, yeah. Okay, so let's present that.
Yes.
Yes! The thing you are trying, but failing, to conceal is a cat toy.
Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah! And it was this toy you dangled through the ventilator.
What if he just tripped?
Pardon me?
What if he just tripped? Broke his neck.
I mean, he could have just tripped and broken his neck,
Over
and then
the cat.
written in Russian.
I know, right?
Maybe it says in Russian, "Oh, bloody cat!"
I know. Like,
You waved it around, I presume.
yes.
Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it.
but why? For what reason?
My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighbouring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat toy to incite the creature to return.
I mean, that checks out.
Yeah. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found.
Well, okay!
You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
A photograph of Miss Pavlova and her friend, a kitten named Darka. The tiara she would wear on stage can also be seen. It feels a bit extra to just take the fucking photo, if I'm honest.
It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened.
Yeah, I bet she wanted some maybe of the chicken leg.
Yeah,
you know.
chicken leg, that makes
yeah,
sense.
just the yeah.
She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she's so naughty.
Conclusion: a beloved kitten.
But yeah, the fact that the bell is there is a bit worrying.
Mm-hmm.
The death,
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim.
Can we just instantly pull out the report, please?
How did this young man lose his life? And why?
Yeah, the cat clearly shot some
Yeah.
venom in him.
Yeah, the cat. No, the cat just pulled out a gun and shot him in the head. According to the data of which I've been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Cats are killers, yeah. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom! What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned.
Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Yeah. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, like we just write out that, hey, have you read this, bro?
Yeah.
Bro? Cervical spinal injury. Yes!
So, in fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report.
Ah, yes! I knew it was one or the other! His neck was... Indeed. The breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that!
Or cause it. For quite frankly, he looks like he could just
Yeah,
snap
it's
your
true.
neck. Anyway. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know.
The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively.
What? Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow.
I suppose... It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly.
Snapped his neck.
It could have been a terrible act of misfortune, that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Yeah, and then, I mean, also...
we've all done it. Black
also,
cat, middle of the night.
Yeah, and it's even more special that he managed to write something
Yeah,
after
exactly.
breaking
That's
his neck.
exactly
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
He broke his neck,
Yeah.
and with his dying gesture, he wrote in Russian, "Bloody cat." Oops, sorry. I'm gonna move that.
Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. No, it doesn't!
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Yeah, the Russian word for wardrobe in Partway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fucking weird because if you
Yeah.
break your neck, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm assuming neck breaking is quite...
But yeah, a piece of small glass object and what looks like a scuff mark, that's just, you know...
Yeah.
I still think, like, when it comes to this, that I should
Yeah.
maybe present this.
I guess. I mean, we've still got plenty of lives left, right?
Yeah. An article
Yeah, it's
about
not-
the
it's not
revolution,
the-
it's his
maybe.
diary. Yeah, it's his keep out in Japanese. Okay, like, 1 second, I'm just... But yeah, this just does not match, like... If you break your neck, you're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anything else that would really explain it. Well, let's just present this and see what happens.
Yeah, that bell is clearly off the cat. But
Yeah.
yes. Crime scene photograph.
Oh no, it's the
Uh-oh.
wrong one.
Uh-oh.
What spectacularly...
Spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion.
Oh, well, it's supposed to be logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show.
This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage.
Yeah, so we're just gonna have to say that... Sorry, that
Okay, so maybe it was the cat bell.
Yeah, we'll just do the cat bell in that case, because that
Because
was
it's
about
right,
it.
it's the other bit.
Yeah, because of a broken neck, either he was struck by something or he fell badly and it happened by accident.
There was something we found in this cabin that puzzled us,
yeah,
if
exactly.
you remember.
A strange
mark.
Yeah, I did wonder if it was that,
It should be among the other evidence we've gathered.
Alright, let me look. I
just think it's so weird that he wrote wardrobe in Russian.
Like, to me, it would be like, dude, if you snap your neck, you're not gonna be able to...
Yeah.
But yeah.
It does look like he maybe...
Yeah. He may have tripped over the cat. Clearly. Mark on floor. Okay, yeah, fine.
Examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively.
Yeah. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This
particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
I mean, he did fall.
Shoe polish? Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course.
Oh god, this is...
Beeswax, tallow and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
And the colour of the polish is a perfect match to the colour of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Oh my god, did he really just break his neck?
Please, no.
Nah, I don't believe it.
And by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor.
And then wrote wardrobe in Russian.
Yeah. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
And then wrote on the floor.
And then wrote on the floor.
No!
No! Ghost. I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Also, what happened to her other earring?
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. So is she the one who wrote wardrobe on the floor then? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that travelling case. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that was what happened.
But...
And if this part of Mr. Strome's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. Alright.
In the waste paper bin?
That's the tiara. Actually, yeah, no, that's a good point. Let's have a look.
This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class cabins have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably, there's not much rubbish left in there. Oh, wait, what, yet?
Yeah. Uh-oh, it's the other half of the bell, huh?
What's that?
Oh, it's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I feel like we've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
I mean, we have already found the...
Yeah, we literally just pulled out the photo of the other half of the bell. But okay.
Okay, let's check the travelling case then. This is where Miss Pavlova hid her friend.
That's right. And it wasn't a snake after all.
No, it was that little kitten she calls Darka. Not that it's anywhere to be seen now. It seems to have let itself out of the case and gone exploring.
I expect it's wrapped itself around someone's head somewhere, trying to make a new friend.
Either that, or it's scratching their hand to pieces. The point is, where has it got to?
Better not be wrapped around somebody's head right now, because then it's in the snake.
Yeah, well, just...
No, the cat's going to be fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine.
Anyway, I think we need to go and look in here and then present it.
Yeah, is it
properly,
worth exploring
because
the tiara, though?
Oh, we have, of course.
Because we skipped over it again. I don't know if you can keep getting the same...
Let's have a look. Sorry. Let's have another look at the tiara and what we get. Ah, somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here.
It hasn't been dropped, Naruhodo-san. It's been placed.
I'm starting to sound like Mr. Schultz.
Stop trying to sound like the great detective!
Yeah, it's...
I don't think there's any... Is there anything in the desk and stuff? No,
Nah,
I think the waste basket.
it's like, yeah. Can we present this? Yeah, let's present this.
Yes.
It's sus!
That is.
That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket.
Ah! Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact.
Who the hell also puts a glass bell on their cat?
Ballerinas.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Precisely! We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. My, that's some
It's a
sturdy
pretty
glass.
sturdy glass bell, yeah. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us?
Your cat tripped our friend and killed him.
Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the wastepaper basket in your cabin?
Yeah, so she must have gone back inside and then wrote like wardrobe because she possibly could read the...
Maybe.
Either way.
Yeah. You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't. I don't know. In that hushed Russian accent of yours. Won't save you this time, dear girl. Why?
I wonder if they keep the snake around to indeed eat the mice.
Possibly.
He's just a...
Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo!
Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be...
The photograph, right?
Yeah.
Has the
Yeah, it has
bell
the...
on the cat.
let me check if I need to examine it first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how it's like magnifying glass. This just makes it any clearer.
No, right?
Anyway, present.
Yes! Oui.
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from darkest color, the very glass bell in question.
The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova! The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall.
And the cause of that fateful stumble.
Your absent feline friend,
Darker!
Oh.
Like, that is unfortunate.
That is, actually. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. That's so sad. That is really upsetting.
Wow.
Deduction complete. Elementary. That is so upsetting.
Oof. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
Blubbity pie, blubbity pie. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
Wonder if she got startled by a snake or something. What else makes you wonder about, like...
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
That too.
Ah. She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it. Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes. Modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again.
I also thought it was her.
By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She did not return.
So the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet.
Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... Meow! Thud.
I like to say you couldn't hear the meow sound effect, but your audition was
Oh
great.
no! I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was already one there.
That's chef kiss.
I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out, and then, oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent.
Kazuma was...
From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up.
Oh! Oh!
The SS Burya is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over.
Including all the books and stuff.
Yeah. And then the door locked itself, potentially also,
Yeah.
given that it keeps... yeah. But what became of the kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again.
I so dodge.
Gracious, that cat is as insufferably restless as I am.
Yeah, and it still doesn't explain the weird writing.
No, unless she literally went through and actually tried to frame the guy in the wardrobe.
Yeah.
But it makes me wonder if he just fell over and knocked himself out.
Yeah. And then got killed.
And then got killed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Also, our headaches, like our weird
the
fucking
fact that we all
headaches.
woke up with headaches.
Yeah. Stuff still doesn't line up.
No.
Well, he knows something about himself at least.
When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I could not bring myself to tell anyone what had happened.
I don't think I could have done it either.
No. Honestly. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back.
Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
You're right. Where is it? If the...
Oh, if the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it, and where did it come from? Oh my god! What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board the ship? Yeah.
No, I did not say. Snake is my friend. His name is Peroshko. What?
What?
That snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here.
Yes, how did that snake get into this cabin?
But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. Do you want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands?
Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better?
But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake. Surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No venom.
Yeah.
Piroshko does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smiles.
And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose?
Ha! Like they say they milk chickens? Ridiculous! Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Piroshko eats mouses! Big, fat, round mouses!
Yeah. Oh, so... is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for?
Of course! How else can I catch my friend's favorite food?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now.
It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle, it can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Piroshko has nothing to do with this incident.
So, that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. No! It still doesn't add up!
No! Wardrobe on the floor!
Yeah!
Where is Kit? Miss Pavlova? I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathise, but please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you.
Wow, alright!
But what are you talking about, Miss Mikotoba? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident.
Yeah.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. What?
Well, I mean, how did half the bell end up?
Yeah.
In her room.
Exactly.
If she didn't go and pick it up, it can't have been dangling from the cat's neck, can it?
No, exactly. It's like...
At least.
I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter.
Oh.
I'm only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction.
A distraction?
I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
Not again. When did you do that?
Especially as they're on your wrists as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call.
You were... Oh, you were, Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not?
Yes. Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even.
In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, whatever that might be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will come clear. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo. So then, shall we begin?
Yes.
What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside.
Yeah, well.
Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? This is what we must establish in the first instance.
It would have written bloody cat, I swear, like...
But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Wait, let's take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident.
Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident.
This is also still fucking weird. Like... This is like...
Oh my god, his name is Beef Stroganoff.
Beef Stroganoff.
It's not just Stroganoff, it's Beef Stroganoff.
Oh!
That is funny. I am laughing at the joke. You see yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this is, like, relevant yet.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like, seriously, yeah, that, I don't know, like...
Would he have, like, his dying words have been, like...
Wardrobe?
I guess, check on the wardrobe on my friend, he's in the wardrobe, but, like, why...
Yeah, like, maybe, because if he was he locking the wardrobe?
No, here's the thing, it says keep out in
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, no, I know, but what I meant was, like, you weren't actually, like, locked in the wardrobe.
No.
So if he died, he wouldn't have, like, tried to make sure that you weren't stuck in the wardrobe forever.
No, exactly. So, you know.
But yeah, like they say that because he wrote it in Japanese.
Yeah.
And the whole tooltip
I'm just gonna go with this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh wait, sorry. I was like, I thought it was me. You had to talk. I'm so sorry. The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. Yeah.
Oh, that script. It's Russian, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't recognize the name for a second there. Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language. Japanese, in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian.
Yeah.
It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast.
That doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Yeah.
Sorry? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like if he snapped his neck,
if he snapped his neck, there's no way in hell, yeah.
Yeah, exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Yeah, it even said instant death. I figured it would be, but yeah, instant death.
Ah!
Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
There you go, that bit that you were mentioning. The bell.
The remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. Yeah. What?
So, Suzato-san has noticed it too then? Putting the message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives the truth away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident.
Oh yeah, but the proves this was no accident is weird. Because like the cat bell surely is an accident.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Article title arena.
I mean,
yeah.
because like...
It's kind of weird, like, if I could present, like, the other half of the...
I don't know, still. I mean, it could be the bell, but then it proves that it was no accident.
Hold on, history for a second. There's something else we found in Mr...
Yeah, something that couldn't have possibly been there if what Miss Pavlova told us was true. Is the bell. Yeah. But there's something else that gives the truth away. But, like, hang on, it's missing a chunk.
Hold on.
No, it's not. It's missing a chunk at the very bottom. Because at the very, very end, he said that proves that this could be no accident.
Oh, I think that's the text that I get when I go away from here again.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, here, see?
Oh yeah, that proves this was no accident.
Yeah.
Which, it could still have been...
Yeah.
I mean, the bell shouldn't be there if
it was truly an accident.
Except, I wonder about the...
No, which one?
No, because it's piece of evidence was found in the room, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And therefore it can't be the ship's log.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's true. Because it is sussy, but...
Yeah.
I just wanted to check this one for a second, yeah. Oh, this is the newspaper we got from Sholmes.
Yeah.
I will try this one, hoping it will connect the two.
Yeah.
That's the best I think we have.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that was in his room that shouldn't have been there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also... I don't know.
It's very flat, isn't it?
It is quite flat on there,
It's like, whoa! What happened to you?
Apparently that was correct, so...
This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
But that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw.
What?
If that's really what happened, yeah, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin?
Ah!
Maybe the cat still had it, but yeah, no, that would
I was
be
going to
weird.
say, it could potentially have been, but... Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that wastepaper basket? Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh, no.
Did she kill him over the fact he still seen the cat?
Jeez.
Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in the cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt.
Yeah! Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's...
I think this is the Russian, but I think I said you are wasting time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone else was there? Duh, of course, we know this.
What are you talking about?
Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out.
Yeah, we already figured out that.
Yes. Yeah. And only other person in cabin when young student died was you.
It's true. I was in the cabin when it happened.
You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details.
But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message.
Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details.
Oh my god. Would you mind?
Forgive me, my dear fellow.
As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor, in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then
the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died.
But they only could find one half and were dumb.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away?
Yeah.
Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark.
Yeah.
The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
It still doesn't add up with the log, though.
No. You all suspect me, don't you?
Seaman Stroganoff!
Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills, and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal.
I mean, would they really have had a problem in that case with her cat, though? Like,
I would have thought.
I mean,
Probably not.
no. If she was like the special darling, so that's it.
You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. But that is not possible. I give my tooth.
No, thank you.
Well, this is all most interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
You are great detective. You should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Niet! It's impossible!
He's right.
But we were literally there. But wait! I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
Fred, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight, no threads or needles or magnets could have been used.
Yeah, we had a whole discussion about this earlier as well.
No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Susato-san, how could you shift it onto me like that?
So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. Not necessarily.
What?
I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. Oh, so he's the one who pressed the button, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before. I don't believe it. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
A way to shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside. One way does spring to mind, yes.
Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes. And so should you. Because we've seen it happen.
Indeed we have. So, would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo?
Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside.
It was my line, but okay.
Huh?
Fine.
Oh, sorry, was it your line?
Fine.
I am so
Fine.
sorry.
I forgive you.
Uh,
The fallen over stuff, right?
yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah. Point out the telling signs. Yeah, it is.
Because the books were all
Yeah.
in disarray the
Yeah.
first time as well,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-oh.
What?
My switch is disconnected.
Oh, what?
No!
No, how?
Oh, it can happen. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
We'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Please stand by. It's like, uh-oh.
It was all going too well.
It was.
Oh no.
It was. Give me a second. stands by. It does this from time to time. I hope I can restore it. Like, clearly she's sabotaging us now.
Yeah, she is. She doesn't want the truth to be found out. You're gonna need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reconnect it. One moment. One moment.
Please stand by.
Please stand by.
Please stand by.
I will do it like this for a second.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it gonna work? No.
You might have to take your switch out and put it back in again.
We'll have to.
Sometimes.
Yeah. There's It's
Yes it is. What?
What? Okay, hold on while I reconnect.
Can you just close that, maybe?
Huh?
Close it?
Close the...
Yeah, press plus or minus to close the menu.
Yeah.
L and R and A.
Yeah, I have done it.
And it didn't work?
There we go.
Aha! Did you
We're back!
You pressed the plus button before.
I think I must have hit the
Because
wrong
it
one
was
on this
taking you
controller.
through the help.
Yeah, I must have hit the wrong one. Either way, we are back. Ahem! See how all the books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship.
They all bang our heads when that happens. Is that why we all have a headache?
Oh, clearly. That's a bit stupid.
Hmm.
Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe... Yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Suzato-san doesn't know? Or that isn't in our book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door.
Ah!
It was very obvious, just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before, and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Knock, knock.
Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance.
Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga?
Yeah. Gasp.
Oh yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes! It's made out of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of inertia, if you want to call it that.
Are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Sogi was killed...
It's really bad design though, like
that is terrible design, because technically if it sits the other way, then the doors will open. Rubbish. The SS Burya made another emergency stop?
Yet! When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little bit odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was almost as if someone had run their hands across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
Oh my!
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova?
Are you out of your mind? You say Burya made emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened?
Well...
Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it's simple enough. Oh, are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger the emergency alarm? Oh, yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you only to press the button in times of emergency? On dark nights, when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone.
Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity.
Yeah, it's totally for the sake of research you only pressed it.
Naturally. Wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interests of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop.
It just doesn't seem like a safe thing to have in the presence of passengers,
No,
but you know.
But okay. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life.
Oh my god.
To be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He sounds almost proud of himself.
How dare you mess with ship! I report you to Captain. You in much trouble now. Now, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider... Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did this ship make an emergency stop, or did it not? You are idiots! Borea is a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere.
Yeah, honestly.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? She's busy.
Sorry. What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? My shoe fell off and I was trying to find it. That's fascinating. Do show us, my good man.
Sorry.
What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night?
It's
presumably
time for
the log,
ship logs,
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Da.
Seaman Stroganoff. It is your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right?
Da! That is correct. Why?
And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties?
What are you doing with that? That is mine! Oh, you rather carelessly left it atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with a mind to return it to you later.
The fact he hasn't actually missed it, like, he's supposed to take notes every 30 minutes.
And he hasn't missed it. Yeah,
like,
right?
We've just been dicking around.
I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it, always.
The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase "nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log? That is... Da, because nothing happened.
But if nothing happened, you would normally write "nothing to report," wouldn't you?
Gah. Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m, something happened here aboard the SS Borea.
Aliens appeared.
Yeah. Imperials above us. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh, why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
Yeah, but apparently we all just knocked
Apparently we all just knocked our heads, which is really strange. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now.
The ship lurched so violently and the alarm bell was so loud.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a good point.
What of the throbbing?
Uh-huh.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Were we all knocked out?
Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah! Oh, yes. I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head's been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
He's right. My head's been throbbing all day too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy.
What?
Oh, wait, hold on. Our friend, he didn't like the chicken. He thought it was disgusting and he didn't eat it.
Oh.
So if there was anything in the chicken...
Oh!
It was an assassination.
It was an assassination then, potentially. Like...
Uh-huh. I
yeah,
think
so
all had
everyone in the ship was doped up.
Yeah. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Yeah, we had some weird amnesia, I remember
because
now.
there's no way in hell they would have done that just to cover all of that up, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. Didn't she also give the stuff to her cat?
No, she gave the milk to her cat.
Oh yeah, and some food.
I think.
Yeah, I'd already been dragged out of the wardrobe. And had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah,
it's like,
right?
dude.
Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, well, yes. Sorry.
The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on?
Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it?
Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of that chicken.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant?
My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh! Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do.
No. Really? Is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with.
Mm-hmm.
Tampered with by the addition of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. This is so silly, I love it. Just drugging an entire ship.
Yep.
A sleeping drug?
Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea.
Bold things, right?
Like, precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator.
Oh, are we going to pull the fucking Russian shit in here now?
Are we going from... Also, I was going to say, are we going from Sherlock Holmes to Agatha Christie?
Yeah.
This is a Murder on the Orient Express situation.
Yeah, pretty
Sorry,
much, yeah.
Spoilers, I guess, but everyone did it.
What?
Mr. Sholmes? Well, seaman? I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there will have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Yeah, but I mean, I think it has to the other guy, the revolutionary has to be brought back, right?
Like, is this guy?
Except no, because that was.
Oh no, that's not this guy.
Her.
Sorry, I meant to say
it's
like
the paper guy, the revolutionary,
Oops.
right?
Yeah, I actually meant to check it for a second, not take it away. Examine. Yeah, this dude here, like
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like
Yeah. I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
No, me neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, Revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai.
Yeah. And also the fact that this happened after you left Shanghai. It's like,
yeah.
Really now? Did he flee Shanghai? Did he?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah, he told us that before.
He reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness.
He is fearsome.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he?
The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
But anyway, that dude.
Yeah, that guy. Please, no more. I will tell everything.
Eh?
I cannot make problems like these. For everyone. Anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Oh.
Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me.
We all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet. Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel.
I don't believe it.
You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night.
Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Mate!
Doesn't seem very,
We could not make all drug, how do you say, dissolve.
Ugh, talk about heavy seasoning.
At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board.
Exactly.
She was helped by comrade on shore, with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Burya slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained.
So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos.
Oh, I wouldn't say so. What?
Ah, of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meals of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of their sleeping drug.
Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes! The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. This is actually very stupid.
Yes.
In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is point?
The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. This is very stupid, can be said about every Ace Attorney game affectionately. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
No, I agree. But I was more talking from a structural point of view on the ship. Also, because presumably some cabin doors bolt the other way, and then they would have opened.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, because they're like in reverse, like,
often,
right? Like, yeah,
they're
like,
not usually. I don't know, because. Yeah.
I was thinking too hard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously. I mean, I'm trying to suspend my disbelief. Normally when you're playing an Ace Attorney game, you do suspend your disbelief to a certain point.
Yeah, exactly.
The bolting of the doors, I'm finding a struggle, although
Yeah.
I am enjoying it greatly.
Yeah.
Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of a glass that would reveal the culprit's identity.
Of glass, not a glass.
Eh.
And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door.
I mean, there's quite some forward thinking, though. Like,
That-
how the fuck would you be like, yep!
Well,
I guess
as
it.
crew, they probably
Yeah.
do know about it.
Exactly, I was gonna say, yeah.
Because, yeah, you know, if you have to
Yeah.
use emergency stop, you
Yeah,
better
exactly.
be able to unlock the bloody cabins.
All told, a busy night.
But I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl.
You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes.
A laudable trait.
What?
I'm quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything.
Mr. Naruhodo,
Oh, yeah?
do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind?
What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me.
Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction.
So...
What are you talking about?
I believe the time has come
for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. I did that wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. You almost...
I almost pronounced
this
that.
name right! Like, could you do this?
Mr. Naruhodo!
With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes?
With observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two prevaricators.
Observation.
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry.
She's picked up his traits now. She's been around him thinking, wow, I love Mr. Sholmes.
It's all falling apart. If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asogi's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely. You're delightfully quick to grasp my meaning.
Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. We get to spin around. Okay, we're gonna check out his beefy
Chunky arms.
Chunky arms.
Oh, so beefy.
He has arms like tree trunks, doesn't he? Hairy tree trunks.
Yes, he certainly has sailor's arms. He's a born man of the sea.
Even if he had been awake, I couldn't... Oh, so even if I had been awake, I couldn't have done anything about being dragged out of that warp robe by this man.
Naruhodo-san? Are you alright? You seem to be lost in thought.
Oh, sorry. Blame those hairy tree trunks. Spinning around. Actually, I'm kind of curious about what the other side of the scene looks like now. No, okay. I just have to check. Okay, so we've checked out the hairy arms. Sailor hat!
Hit.
Have you noticed something significant about Seaman Stroganoff's hat?
No, sadly not. I was just thinking that if only we'd found it in Kazuma's cabin, it would have been all so easy.
That's true. A hat dropped at the scene would have been very conclusive evidence. That's a point. I'm sure I saw your university uniform hat at the scene somewhere.
That is not a point! At least not one I'd like you to make. Do we get the sheet of anything? Yeah, that ear still. Like the fact that she's missing an earring. It's like. Well,
we didn't find a missing earring, did we?
No. She has such
petite ears amongst that like beautiful hair, like little pink showers.
Yeah, it's the same as earlier.
What's that?
There's something attached to her ear. Yeah, I expect this was called an earring. Yeah. I'll just skip through this. An earring, is it? It really is tiny. Perhaps part of it is missing. Maybe it broke off. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if we can find that earring. Is it like some on the floor?
Is this all you can see of them?
Yeah, this is all I can see. Like, this is basically my camera. Chunky arms. Wait, what's at the back?
Oh, wait. There's purple ink on the back.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there. Yeah, yeah, that will be it.
This is an angle and a half, isn't it?
Oh, look at this! It's some kind of stain in an unusual place.
Yes, you're right. It looks like ink, if I'm not mistaken.
Ink. Oh, look at that colour too. It's clear where this came from. Yeah, it is. As a matter of fact, so we're gonna present
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
Present!
Dun, 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 dun.
Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there.
There? Ah, yes. I don't know where the dirt comes from.
So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain?
What are you trying to say?
It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain.
It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform.
And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it.
My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is.
Do we pull out the purple ink photo again? Or... No, wait. Keeping his diary before his death, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because, like...
But I don't know if that's... But, like, the only thing that actually mentions the purple ink is the photo of the purple ink.
Yeah, I think so. Like, so we can just... Yeah. There we go. We'll present this one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that would make the most sense.
It would.
Because, like,
we know he was writing, but we don't know what colour he was writing in, but yeah.
Yeah. Yes! It's this photograph. And the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform.
Ink?
A rather unusual colour of ink. Purple.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
Ah, the penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance.
The Russian floor. Russian floor? The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple
I guess
ink.
if it's a Russian vote, technically it is a Russian floor,
I suppose.
but still.
And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same colour.
If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means... you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt.
All right, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in dead student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Barya do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut.
Yeah.
I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Please.
Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Beef, please, you must help me. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. That's you.
Oh yeah, the kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell on the floor.
Yes, that is right.
So, after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers.
Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on the floor. That is when she went to look. No, Angel?
Uh-huh.
The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after.
Sure thing. There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead?
Why? I already told you. When Nina opened the door of student's cabin and looked inside, I was
Asking Miss Pavlova.
Well, Miss Pavlova? That's da, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Da. Oh.
Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared.
I understand, and I believe you.
So, is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last?
Something very nearly slipped my mind.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes?
This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural.
What do you mean, unnatural?
What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo?
If Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of luck, broke his neck. Which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? Yeah, his hand here, like...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's obviously been...
Yeah, like...
moved.
Yeah.
But, like... Wait...
Like, he wasn't dead for very... I mean, What are you gonna say?
Yeah, no, he can't have been... Well, I mean, I don't know how long it takes for rigor mortis to set in.
No.
No, I was actually wondering about his headband.
That's a good point.
Like, momentum, normally, for a trip,
yeah,
would
it's
not
true.
Leave that just lying gently behind
No,
him. But
it's
at
also
the same
true.
time, that could be artistic. I don't know.
Shall we do the
Yeah,
hand?
we'll
just
do the
because,
hand and
like,
see.
you know.
That's fine. I mean, I was just...
Yeah. No. Is this the headband, I think?
Maybe? I don't
Allow
know.
me to
Allow
offer
me
you-
to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit
yeah.
of detection, my dear fellow. When
Yeah.
noting a crucial point, it can be helpful to keep your eyes open.
They were open. Yeah. Yes!
And it can be equally helpful to use them.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'll try that. Yeah, I think it's the headband.
Like, I don't know, maybe not, but I think it's plain what Mr. Sholmes means by unnatural, isn't it? The word written in a foreign language underneath his fingertip, surely. Oh,
What?
okay, what?
What?
That particularly crass detail was orchestrated by the culprit. No, I mean to identify another point.
Yeah, okay, we're really looking for the...
Imagine, if you will,
Yeah.
losing your footing yourself.
Yeah.
Would you land as the victim has? What of your hands? Yeah, I mean, they're fisted. Actually, that's a good point. It's
Yeah.
balled fist.
Yeah.
You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. This should be an easy task. But, yeah, no, it's true. His hand would be
Yeah.
flat.
Exactly, like, yeah, that fist is not right, yeah. Yeah, like, both of them, quite frankly, like,
Well,
this,
yeah, but
this
that,
is slightly
the finger
less,
has
yeah.
obviously been pulled out.
Exactly, but this is indeed
Yeah.
the...
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. No,
Thanks for holding my hand, game. Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then his fist just doesn't seem quite right, yeah. Correct.
The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat.
Yeah.
Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say. As though he were gripping something.
Could have been a sword.
A sword?
Yeah, he has a sword. He always
Yeah, but-
carried his katana around. I know, but
What?
like...
What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago, as the actor said to the bishop.
He did.
And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Is it hairs?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please! Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Aha!
It's the earring!
This is what I found!
Oh. Oh
Oh,
my.
a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle. Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
Everything.
It tells us nothing.
I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks... It looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah, we do.
Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key.
What?
The truth is now tantalizingly close.
How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist?
This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe, find the answer with your own eyes.
It's pretty fucking...
Diddly-doo, diddly-doo.
Yes!
Da.
Ah. Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear, even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose.
Eh? What?
But looking at your other ear, I notice a crescent moon.
Ah!
I don't believe it!
Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes! Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him.
She's lucky that the link snapped, because otherwise that would have...
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, man.
Painful, painful.
But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments?
Oh no.
Angel?
No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma?
Ah. Yeah.
her.
Is it her?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible, long day. Darka, wait!
Please tell me there was a meow in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Fear not.
I was holding myself back. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. Knock, knock.
Considering they all helped her, why didn't you just ask some of the staff
Yeah,
to
you'd
get
think.
the cat
I don't
back?
know. Clunk. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone.
Okay.
But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin... Just a moment.
Oh, just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina.
Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina?
God, it's slipping so badly.
It's okay, she's very stressed.
Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me.
Oh man.
But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment.
I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice.
I see. So you've run away.
Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone.
Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here.
Oh, that's why she knew about the...
Mm-hmm.
He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Why did I think I could trust him?
Oh, that's so sad.
That's so upsetting, actually.
Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then...
Meow.
Meow.
Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And as he turned around to look at me,
Oh!
That's actually really upsetting.
I pushed him.
Oh!
I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared.
This is an upsetting case, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually really... This is so sad.
I had to stop him from telling anyone about me.
Over a misunderstanding. That's so...
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrid.
And that's when you went to fetch help. From Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty, out in the passageway.
I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said,
Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be. Please, I have nowhere to go.
So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door.
Yes. I went into cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway.
In wardrobe, still sleeping.
Right. That's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign.
Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent.
I dragged young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote that word, so person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job.
By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway.
Yes. Accordingly, the SS Barrier did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery.
There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova.
What?
Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right?
Yes.
But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem?
It was what he said first. That made me scared.
Oh, you said first?
What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector?
Oops, sorry.
Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine.
Yeah.
He said an inspector was his friend.
Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard.
I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I...
May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know.
No.
No, he was going for the wardrobe, obviously.
He was probably also
'cause
sharing secrets.
He didn't know that the guy was asleep.
Oh.
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, I mean, yeah, but he wouldn't...
No.
He wouldn't know the chicken was drugged.
No, well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done.
No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make.
What? Another deduction?
Yes. What action was the victim really about to take at that moment?
He was going to pull us out of our wardrobe.
Yeah, he was going to ask us. And share secrets, I guess,
Yeah.
too. Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't know at the time. We are
Yeah,
using our
we were-
special deduction. First,
Consider the victim's location within his cabin.
That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama?
Yes. It's exactly how it was.
How do you know? Okay. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes! If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all manners of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, You can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova... Oh, yeah, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? Yeah, the wardrobe. Like, there's no way in hell, like... The wardrobe. My wardrobe. I was in there all that time, of course, sleeping soundly. Too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced with the sleeping drug. If only he'd woke me up. Then maybe this tragedy would never have happened.
This is so upsetting.
Yeah! I mean, wait, do I... Yeah, you still need to present it, yeah. Considering everything that happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord.
Yes. However... what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? A man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Ah! Miss Pavlova, please, think back very carefully. What were Mr. Asogi's exact words last night? Give me a moment, I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if, between them, they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh, no! Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you'd made sure of what Mr. Asogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Yeah. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that.
I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. What have I done?
I feel so bad though.
This whole case is horrible.
And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. I prefer it when we get to frame the assholes, not gonna lie.
Say.
What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then?
Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard.
What about the fact she went away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to...
Repatriate.
Thank you, repatriate her. Thank you.
Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out.
Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then?
No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she'd be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life.
Okay. I see.
Then sorry.
Seaman Stroganoff?
I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you. About how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police.
That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you?
Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan.
Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different.
So, you should get back to your cabin now.
Okay then.
Is your friend's body still in there?
No, they already
took it away?
that.
Okay,
like, yeah.
fine, that's alright. Oh yeah, you did sleep in there last night, I forgot.
It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even begun then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Oh, yeah. Where's the cat?
I do want to know where the cat went.
Yeah.
I guess just escaped.
Yeah.
Into the rest of the ship, I mean.
Yeah. Susato-san? Oh, yeah.
Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you'd returned.
Oh, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Oh no.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Susato-san. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah. That is... Yeah.
Also just a push and like just also
just
an
like
instantly deadly push.
Yeah,
like
right.
Not even like...
He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's too much.
Yeah, honestly.
Also, because I don't think she actually really meant to kill him. She was just...
No.
She pushed him.
Yeah, she pushed him and like he just fell in a very awkward manner and instantly cracked his neck. It's like...
Right? It's horrid. Also, because he must have been kind of near the bed as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
like... Yes,
anyway.
I know. I wish there was something I could say. Oh!
Inspector! My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder.
Nobody blames you, Inspector. And I'm free again now. At least... What? Punch this man, you can do that for me.
Surprised, Mr. Naruhodo?
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head, I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting.
Oh my god. Sorry?
So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say. You are a stowaway, after all.
He thinks this is funny?
Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all, and though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honour. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port, in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. It's all the visa tied to.
The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant.
Well, was to be.
In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
They're gonna be the lawyer. It's okay. I know, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san.
My dear fellows.
Yeah, I think so. It's my dear fellows!
The majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know.
Yeah.
All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue. Surely.
Yes.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. That's true.
I also need to point out this man is 34 years old. And I kind of enjoy the fact that they made him like 34 here. Insufferable shithead. But...
Oh, yeah.
Sholmes.
Right, yes, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Sorry.
Oh, But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time.
It's like this man's so much older and he's just being an ass.
Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes.
Miss Susato?
Yes?
Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
Ah! But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh,
unless... Are you studying law?
no, I'm not, but...
I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo? That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if, by the time you reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognised as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Susato?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
So, what does our bespectacled...
Bespeckled.
What does our speckled band say? What does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness! Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest! Give us fascination! Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No?
That's a very British attitude to have at the time.
Yeah. Oh, stereotypically and or allegedly. And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes.
I mean, he just stood up for himself as his own, for his own defense. He did his own defense. Like,
he did.
And this guy was there, so it's like, sir.
Yeah. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now.
Yeah.
Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and, above all, courage.
Aye.
Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice.
Inspector!
After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Okay, this is a side thing, but I do find it peculiar that they never ever updated his rig from the server. Like he was a.
Oh, he just got the arm up the whole time. Is
because,
that why that
that's
is?
Why
I
that
just
is.
assumed because like, when he was beaten up, I figured that like maybe his ribs were hurting or something.
They
but
just
no,
kept
they just kept the
kept the arm. Like that's just
How
weird.
strange.
I guess they didn't want to re-rig everything.
I guess
but
that sort of makes
still.
sense. Oh, thank you, Inspector. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next, and how best to make my report.
I think it's interesting that his wounds might have randomly healed.
Yes, that was impressive.
It's like suddenly, like, his glasses too.
He popped back to his cabin and popped on some makeup.
Yeah, that's it, and put out his other glasses.
A little bit of cover up and got his new glasses.
Yeah.
Spares. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer.
I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant, after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Also, you have to be practicing some kind of sport with that for it to be legal in the UK, so...
It's okay, we haven't brought in those laws yet.
That's
there need to be
true.
a couple
This
more
is before
beheadings
those
before
laws. Yeah.
Before they start banning curved blades.
Yes, true.
Just a side note, I own a practical katana which I have not been able to bring into the UK because I am currently not actively practicing the sport it is used for, and therefore I can't have it.
Yeah.
I also can't have my decorative Lord of the Rings scimitar from the Arwen has.
Yeah, the Arwen sword.
Because they're like, ass weapon though, it's blunt as all fucking get out.
Yeah, it is. It's quite pointy though.
It's pointy,
but
yeah,
it
sure.
is blunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, though, the practical katana almost took off my finger when we were moving one time.
Yeah, the practical katana has actually drawn quite a lot of
blood. It has actually drawn considerable amount of blood.
I think it's a cursed blade at this point,
yeah.
so it's with a friend, and I think I'll never see it back again.
Possibly.
It's been like over 10 years now. He's had them. It's fine.
Yeah. A trusted friend, mind.
A trusted friend,
but yeah. I do miss the Arwen sword a lot.
Yeah,
that one's never tried to...
No, that one hasn't tried to actually kill you.
No.
That didn't just randomly fall out of its...
Yeah. Fell out of its scabbard.
Yeah.
Is it still called that as a katana? I don't know.
No, but that's okay.
No, it's not. Is it? Anyway, yeah, it fell out.
It just unleashed itself.
And embedded itself behind me in the sofa, so I'm still not 100% sure.
Yeah, that should have gone through you that
time. Should. It was literally behind me. It was quite impressive. I don't know what happened.
Anyway, so the UK doesn't allow you to have...
For probably good reason.
Have, like, curved blade over a certain... I think
length,
anything above 30 centimetres is banned.
Yeah, including decorative.
I just don't understand the decorative part. Like,
yeah.
What
yeah.
Because, like, yes, I get it. They are more dangerous, but also the decorative part, like, it's just getting fucking stupid.
You just rolled over and came face to face with the couple. Oh, I'm so glad that those things are bringing terror to everyone.
Yeah. Also, I was checking the packages like recently, and I saw where they left your package, and it did me a fucking heart attack. I was like, oh no.
They knew where it went.
Where did it go? And then I double checked and I knew it arrived safely. Yeah. But I was so worried when I saw that photo that Royal took.
I think those are probably one of my most cursed creations.
Yes, they are. I was like, it just fits. It would go there. I hope it sparks you joy.
Yeah.
Mine sparks me joy. It hangs right in my workspace. I can stare over.
We've tied a bell to it, just in case. So we can always tell where it is at any one time.
Anyway, sorry for Katana Rend.
Yeah.
I just miss my katana, but it's fine. I never named mine though.
No. That's probably the issue. It was going around seeking blood, trying to find a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favour to ask of you two.
Goodness. What is it?
Please throw me to the ground.
Oh!
3 times.
Oh yeah, she did kind of suplex us multiple times and she thought we were guilty.
I see.
What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. That I allowed suspicion to get the better of me, and no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behaviour.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked from the inside.
No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you, and not just once, but 5 times.
That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. Throw me!
No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life.
Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
Sorry, this is the part where she also breaks her neck, isn't it?
Yeah, oh God. I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed.
When did he see that?
I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling? Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jiu-jitsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me.
How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer.
There he goes, dancing around again.
I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. Yes, I'd be honoured. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, of course. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo?
I was like, wait, sorry?
Hiya!
Why us?
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no. That was a Susato squash. This is how you break your neck.
In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. I'm sorry it's getting late. I figured it was this close to the case, but... Karuma?
That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan.
I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little regular, surely.
A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Renosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that.
So, its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling.
On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me.
Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. Well.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. I could track his diary, I suppose.
Yeah.
Although she was like, no, you cannot read it. I was like, that's fair, but also... But if I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out, in Great Britain's capital, London.
London. In it.
And, hey, we reached the end of the case. Well, that was depressing as all fucking get out.
Sad. Started off... Not... Well, I mean, it did start off with the death of his bestie, but still.
Yes.
That was so sad.
I think I'm not even gonna start on the next thing yet.
No,
it's late for us.
Yeah.
And I'd like to, like, when we pick it up later. Are you happy to continue streaming it?
Tomorrow, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
no,
we'll play
fine.
some more tomorrow in that case. Because why not? I haven't
I'll
really
rest
had
my throat in the meantime.
Yes, rest your throat in the meanwhile.
There's no more Russians in there, please say that.
No, well, maybe
Please
you
say
get
all I have to do is chimney sweeps.
yes. Maybe we'll get the French now.
On.
Americans, Texans.
Oh yeah, Texans.
I don't know. All sorts of life in London.
It's true.
Oh
my god.
You know what's surprisingly long?
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I think it has 5 cases in total, so they're pretty long.
So that's
Yeah, we've done the 2 now.
That's pretty neat.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know if we'll finish tomorrow's, given how long this one technically was.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
It's
we already
probably
did a
gonna
fair
be
chunk of it.
A multi.
Before. Yeah.
Because look how cool the graphics
Oh,
are.
I love that! Holy moly!
Like I mean, it's a small. Yeah, it's 5 in total. So the
That's
Adventures
so
of the Great
cool.
Departure, and now we've done the Adventure of the
Unbreakable Speckled Band.
And the next one will be the Runaway Room.
Ooh.
But yeah,
That is beautiful.
yeah, I really love the way they look.
The Clouded Kokoro.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't wait for that one either. So yeah, 5 cases in total. And I honestly, when I bought this game on the sales recently, because I've been wanting to play it for fucking ages, but at £40 I was like, no, it's not happening. I can't afford that. But and like initially I didn't think that the 3D animations would make this series more charming. And I was wrong. Like I thought the sprite work, the sprite work was really where it was at, but they've done such good like animations.
They genuinely have, yeah.
But yeah, the courtroom is probably what we'll get back to next time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know.
No, I enjoyed that the second caves didn't actually include the courtroom, because the first one was fully courtroomed.
Oh, really?
So I wonder if they'll like the next one will be a mixture, much like with the other games. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, for once we know we'll be streaming tomorrow.
For once.
Yeah.
I mean, something will come along. Of course.
Oh yeah, something will
always
happen.
Does.
It always does. Yeah. And yeah, oh, the dog is snoring. It's still asleep.
Quite quietly today.
Yeah. So do you have anything else to say?
No, I don't think so. I think I've said quite enough.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us then. To you the honours of seeing everybody off.
Yes.
But.
No.
But.
I was trying to remember what the freaking Ace Attorney thing is. Is it hold it?
Objection.
Objection! What the fuck?
We didn't do many objections in
No,
this
we didn't
one.
do any. We had...
No,
Yeah.
we just did hold it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's like, that doesn't sound right.
No, it's objection. Remember on the DS you could yell it?
Could you?
Was it the DS?
With the microphone?
Yes.
Oh my god. No,
yeah, nobody ever did that.
No.
Say.
No. Oh my goodness. That would have been so funny though.
I mean, yeah, you could do it.
I mean, but no, when I was playing it on the DS, I was in the same room as my parents.
Yelling objection.
Which, I didn't even have... I wasn't allowed to have the sound on.
Yeah.
Let alone yell objection all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was just like, there's a word, I can't remember what it is. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Well then, thanks for coming to our stream. Don't forget, keep the cat in your heart.
Mm.
Keep the cat in your head.
Still don't know
What
what happened to
happens
the
to the
cat. I know. I hope it pops up somewhere and that we just find it, like in a luggage or something.
Bloody cat.
Yeah. Darka.
Darka. The cat in your head. Always follow the kobold motto: live, laugh, loot, objection. And until next time, I hope you'll be well. Good night.
Good night.